Tupac Shakur, Biography, Net Worth. Tupac was born on June 16, 1971, in Harlem, New York. His mother, Afeni, was raising two children on her own and struggled for money. Tupac was an American rapper and actor who had a net worth of $40 million. A hugely successful rap artist and actor, Tupac was known for his highly political and socially conscious lyrics. To date, he has sold more than 75 million records internationally. The family moved homes often, sometimes staying in shelters. They moved to Baltimore, where Tupac enrolled at the prestigious Baltimore School for the Arts, at which he felt the freest I ever felt. Hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur was embroiled in a feud between East Coast and West Coast rappers and was murdered in a drive-by shooting in 1996, leaving behind an influential musical legacy at the age of 25. Tupac was named Laisane Parish Crooks at birth. After joining the Black Panther Party, his mother changed his first name to Tupac Amaru, after an 18th-century Peruvian revolutionary who was killed by the Spanish. Tupac later took his surname from his sister's Sakia's father, another Panther called Mutula Shakur. Tupac Shakur was an American rapper and actor who came to embody the 1990s gangsta rap aesthetic, and who in death became an icon symbolizing noble struggle. He has sold 75 million albums to date, making him one of the top-selling artists of all time. A sensitive, precociously talented and troubled soul, Tupac was gunned down in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996 and died 6 days later. His murder has never been solved. Tupac began his music career as a rebel with a cause to articulate the travails and injustices endured by many African Americans. His skill in doing so made him a spokesperson not just for his own generation but for subsequent ones who continue to face the same struggle for equality. In life, his biggest battle was sometimes with himself. As fate drove him towards the nihilism of gangsta rap, and into the arms of the controversial Death Row Records impresario Suge Knight, the boundaries between Shakur's art and his life became increasingly blurred, with tragic consequences. Tupac's mother, Alice Faye Williams, was the daughter of a North Carolina maid and a high school dropout. She became pregnant with Tupac in 1970 while on bail after being charged with conspiring to set off a race war. Afeni was acquitted the following year after successfully defending herself in court, displaying a gift for oration that her son would inherit. She changed her name to Afeni Shakur after becoming actively involved with the Black Panther Party. Afeni died in May 2016 at the age of 69. Tupac's father, Billy Garland, was also a Panther but lost contact with Afeni when Tupac was 5 years old. The rapper would not see his father again until he was 23. "I thought my father was dead all my life," he told the writer Kevin Powell during an interview with Vibe magazine in 1996. "I felt I needed a daddy to show me the ropes and I didn't have one." Afeni gave birth to a daughter, Sakia, 2 years after Tupac. However, Sakia's father, Mutula Shakur, did not stick around, either. Tupac has released a total of 11 platinum albums, 4 during his career, with 7 more released posthumously. To date, Tupac has sold more than 75 million records worldwide. As of September 2017, the Recording Industry Association of America (RIAA) listed Tupac as the 44th top-selling artist of all time by album sales and streaming figures. Tupac's first album as a solo artist was Tupacalypse Now. Although it did not yield any hits, it sold a respectable 500,000 copies and established Tupac as an uncompromising social commentator on songs such as Brenda's Got a Baby, which narrates an underage mother's fall into destitution, and Soulja's Story, which controversially spoke of blasting a police officer and droppin' the cop. The song was cited as a motivation for a real-life cop killing by a teenage car thief called Ronald Ray Howard, and was condemned by the then U.S. Vice President Dan Quayle. "There is absolutely no reason for a record like this to be published," Quayle said. "It has no place in our society." With those words, Shakur's notoriety was guaranteed. Strictly For My Niggas, Tupac's second album, Strictly For My Niggas, dropped in February 1993. It continued in the same socially conscious vein as his debut. On the gold-certified single, Keep Ya Head Up, he empathized with "my sisters on the welfare," encouraging them to "please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up." The album featured contributions from Tupac's step-brother, Mopreme. Mopreme became a member of the hip-hop group Thug Life, which Tupac started and which released the album Thug Life, Volume 1 in 1994. Me Against the World, when Tupac's third solo album came out on March 14, 1995, he was in jail. Its title, Me Against the World, could not have been more apartment. It reached number 1 in the Billboard 200 chart and is considered by many to be his magnum opus, by and large a work of pain, anger and burning desperation, wrote Cheo H. Coker at Rolling Stone. But there was vulnerability, too. Lead single, Dear Mama, was a tear-jerking tribute to his mother, Afeni, that hit number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in April 1995. All Eyes on Me, Tupac's debut for Death Row, the double-length album All Eyes on Me, came out in February 1996. With his new hip-hop group Outlawz debuting on the album, All Eyes on Me was an unapologetic celebration of the thug lifestyle, eschewing socially conscious lyrics in favor of gangsta funk hedonism and menace. Dr. Dre, who had pioneered G-Funk with N.W.A., produced the album's first single, California Love, which went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and remains Tupac's best-known song. The third single from the album, How Do You Want It, also reached number 1. Within 2 months of its release, All Eyes on Me had been certified 5 times double platinum. It would eventually become diamond certified. How Do You Want It, released as a single in June 1996, How Do You Want It was more famous for its B-track, Hit 'Em Up, which aired Tupac's West Coast feud with East Coast bad boy rivals. On the inflammatory song, Tupac spat venom at artists including Biggie Smalls, Lil' Kim, Junior Mafia and Prodigy of Mobb Deep. The track seemed to chillingly presage Tupac's death and the ensuing conspiracy theories. Grab ya Glocks, when you see Tupac, call the cops, when you see Tupac, who shot me, but ya punks didn't finish, now ya bout to feel the wrath of a menace, he rapped. In February 2017, the BMW in which Tupac was riding when he was fatally shot went on sale on the memorabilia site Moments in Time, priced at $1.5 million. On April 7, 2017, Tupac was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, one of music's highest honors, a worthy inclusion for a rapper hailed by many to have been the greatest of all time. Thank you and don't hesitate to subscribe channel.